It seems that America is in a chokehold right now. ICE didn't just launch a few raids, they kicked off what seems like a national sweep. You got Home Depot, factories, neighborhoods, schools, and seemingly entire cities are waking up empty. This is not normal, it's not routine. Let's start with a panic is going.
Ey, ¿por qué los tratan así? Aquí está migración. Ay, sí. Migración está aquí. En Home Depot de la Easter Avenue. Oh, man. Migración está aquí. Vienen a molestar a la gente que trabaja, oh, man.
So they come to disturb working people.
Migración está aquí.
This right here, that right there is raw fear. You don't drop everything you're holding to sprint behind trucks unless you think your entire life is about to change in seconds. God, what was she yelling? Immigration. Like it's a tornado warning. ICE agents coming in like they trained for this exact parking lot moment. And the chaos spreads faster than the cameras can keep up, I'll tell you that. But here's what should worry you. If this level of panic is happening at a Home Depot, or as I like to call it, Home Depot, it means ICE knew exactly where and when to hit. That means coordination. That means scale. And before we go further, let me drop something quickly that'll save you from getting blindsided in ways most people don't even think about.
All right, let me borrow you for a second. Aren't you tired of getting those spam calls and text messages? Do you even know why you get them? If you don't, sit tight, I'll explain. You see, what's happening is these big tech companies, they're not doing a good job of keeping our data safe. They're not even trying. Like, did you know that Ticketmaster got hacked, and the only reason why they didn't inform you about it is because it didn't have a material impact on our business, quote unquote. And that data had full names, addresses, email addresses, your credit card info, which basically makes them you. And I need to be me, not them. And this is why I have to bring to your attention today the sponsor of this video, Aura.com. Aura alerts me when my data is breached, giving me fast fraud alerts and removes my info from data broker websites. All in one affordable app, might I add. Aura also allows transaction monitoring, VPN, antivirus protection, you got parental controls, identity theft insurance, and it's all in one affordable app. So listen, if my data was ever compromised, I would not worry at all. I'll sit tight because I know I got Aura in the background keeping me safe and protected all day. And this is why I can no longer let you be unprotected, as well as your family. So in order to ensure that protection, I need you to head over to aura.com/kingdomreacts right now. And you're going to get 2 weeks on us. And don't worry, I will have the link available in the description.
All right, now back to the situation on the ground.
Mayor-elect Helena Moreno launches a website meant to advise community members in the face of a federal immigration enforcement operation. Good evening, I'm John Snell. Associated Press sources, and along with McGadder, Associated Press sources say that federal agents, border agents, plan to begin staging in New Orleans today for Operation Swamp Sweep.
As Gabby Killett reports, leaders across the area differ on the deployment of 250 agents expected to start operations in the coming weeks.
I think it's a good thing.
This is an absolutely terrifying time.
Mixed emotions across greater New Orleans, as Associated Press sources say federal agents will descend on the city in coming weeks for a 2-month immigration crackdown that aims to arrest about 5,000 people across southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi.
We're here to support their mission. If they need any kind of assistance, we have relationships with all our federal partners, HSI, ICE, Border Patrol, through different task forces.
We have federal troops coming to our city, federal agents, uninvited, unneeded, to terrorize community members, the same community members who were the workforce that saved New Orleans after Katrina.
The city of Kenner is 30% Hispanic. Its police chief, Keith Conley, supports the sweep and says residents shouldn't be concerned.
I don't think you have to be fearful unless you have something to be fearful about. They have the databases. ICE, Border Patrol, these federal agencies have the databases. They have the ability to determine a person's status, not the local police departments. We don't have those resources.
Meanwhile, New Orleans Mayor-elect Helena Moreno launched a website for the city's immigrant communities, encouraging people to know their rights. Sue Weischer advocated for immigrants in her role as a policy and research fellow at the Jesuit Social Research Institute for many years. She praises Moreno and points to reports of ICE agents allegedly assaulting people.
I'm just so delighted and if I can say proud, that we have elected a mayor who sees this for what it is, a real test of our democracy and the decency of the American people.
If anybody feels that's in play, if that happens, they should reach out to the FBI, local law enforcement. We all have internal affairs departments.
On Friday, ICE responded to concerns that it may conduct sweeps at schools, saying claims of, quote, ICE at schools is misinformation and that it could otherwise be near schools during routine enforcement. Conley agrees, encouraging the community to be aware of what he calls false claims online.
I tell people to be aware of what they see on social media, some mainstream media. So, I see some reports sometimes that it's not incorrect, but it sensationalizes some different aspects. So I don't think you're getting both sides of the story.
ICE has said that Customs and Border Patrol is leading Operation Swamp Sweep. Border Patrol said today it won't comment on any of its operations.
You see how fast the scale jumps? This isn't a few vans. This isn't random arrests. This is infrastructure. When DHS launches an operation with a name, creates a command center, deploys hundreds of agents across a region, admits a 5,000 deportation goals publicly, you're watching a federal machine warm up. This is systematic, coordinated, nationwide. And when the machinery moves like this, the next thing that happens is always resistance. And that's exactly what exploded in Minnesota.
No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA! No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA!
They broke in. They had to break a door for as far as we know, and we received a phone call at about 8:15 in the morning that the ICE was on the premises, and there were no judicial warrants as far as we know. There are people that were detained that don't have a criminal record besides what you would call a misdemeanor for being in the country without legal documentation.
So you have an uncle and a father that may be detained?
Well, they've taken truckloads, so I would say detained at this point.
Okay, thank you.
God have mercy on your soul! Get the
Do you have any quick comment what's going on, or what you want to say what's going on today?
Kind of trying to figure out, same as everybody else, is what's going on. Obviously, we've had a big federal action. ICE agents and folks in the community we're trying to get our arms around kind of what exactly their action is. And obviously they don't coordinate with us. Thank you guys. Obviously they don't coordinate with us, and so we have to try to get our information the same way everybody else does. So we're trying to figure it out right now, trying to see if folks are injured, if we need ambulances and things like that.
No justice! No justice!
Who are you protecting when you set off tear gas? There are older folks here who can't handle that.
I'm pretty sure one of my cousins got arrested, yes. He's allowed by his sentencing. He just came in to help his family members, his mom, back in Mexico. That's all he really came to this country to do. And if that's a crime, God forbid, then we're all criminals.
This is the point where fear turns into confrontation. People aren't just documenting ICE anymore. They're physically blocking vans, grabbing agents, forming human chains, throwing objects, yelling at family members, just work here. But look at that honesty from the man we seen and we heard in this clip. He said, "My cousin came illegally to help people back in Mexico." And right there exposes the entire moral conflict in this in one sentence. He's not talking politics. He's talking policy. He's talking survival. But not every state responds to this chaos the same way. And Florida showed exactly what that means.
Why are you being arrested? I'm being arrested for peacefully protesting the horrible treatment of human beings by ICE agents.
It's called obstruction of justice.
These people are being treated horribly. They're human beings. And it's not.
I know why I was made. I am not afraid.
Arrested because I'm fighting for immigrants and families that deserve to be safe. No one deserves to not come home from a day of work, from a day of school, from a day of just living their lives. This is not the America we deserve. We deserve freedom, safety, and communities that are protected.
Why are you being arrested?
Now, we all know that Florida, they don't negotiate, all right? There's no back and forth. There's no let's talk. No, please move. None of that. The officer literally looks in the camera and says, "It's called obstruction." And that's it. Immediate consequences, line drawn, end of discussion. Some states are resisting federal action. Some are helping federal action. But every state is being touched by this wave. And now, well, and nowhere is that clearer than schools.
I'm a teacher, and the school that I teach at, an art teacher, is 70% Hispanic. So with me being the art teacher, I see children K through 5. Do you know how difficult it was for me to continue to hear these babies being scared of ICE? There's a lot of bots and a lot of people in comments. I don't even read the comments because they're so loud in the comment section, but I don't hear none of that outside. I'm just going to believe it's bots. But it's sad when the babies are affected by all of this drama. And a lot of them didn't come to school today. The older ones told me stories about their family members, and so forth and so on. Even conversations of people born in the States, they're confused, or they're scared they're going to be confused and be just detained, because that's never good. You see how they're treating these people? They're detaining them and treat them like animals. I loathe it. I can't stand it. I feel like the only people who appreciate it and really like it, those people are going to have to feel that energy at some point in time in their lives. The people that are like, yeah, get rid of them. Those are the seeds that you're planting. And that's okay. That's what you choose to do. I'm not going to, just stay up out my comment section. But in the meantime, it was just really difficult. I'm in Charlotte, right outside of Charlotte, in a little town right outside of Charlotte. Don't want to say. I don't want them coming. But yeah, these little babies are scared. I'm talking about little babies coming in my room scared because they're hearing stuff and they don't understand. And they're just trying to understand little bits and pieces of what's going on. But again, my school is 70% Hispanic. It's so awful. It's the way they're being treated. Like, it's like slave hunters. I can't stand it.
So this is the human cost nobody talks about, right? It's one thing when adults panic. It's another when classrooms empty overnight because parents don't know if they're dropping their kid off if them dropping their kids off mean they'll be torn apart by the time the bell rings, which is completely their fault 100% because they put their children in that position, might I add. The teacher isn't necessarily pushing politics, though you clearly hear where she stands. But she's staring at empty chairs. Old communities froze so hard that 70% of a school disappeared in a single morning. It tells you the level of fear spreading under the surface. And with all of this going on, the last clip, it's like a final slap in the face, if you will, right? Because the political messaging around all this makes even less sense when you hear this out loud.
So Democrats, let me get this straight. You want law enforcement, ICE agents, to identify themselves. But it's not necessary for voters to do that. And there you have the party of hypocrites and contradictions. Life lesson of the day. So Democrats, let me
when I heard that, I was like, whoa. When you zoom out after everything we just watched, Home Depot panic, national operations, federal clashes, protest arrests, schools emptied. And then you hear, show ID for ICE, but not for voting. It's impossible not to see that contradiction. This is the political version of looking both ways when walking into traffic. And the timing, it couldn't be worse. This isn't a headline. This isn't a trend. This is a national shift, and it's happening faster than anybody is admitting publicly. If this many rays hit this many places in a short window, you better prepare for what next week look like. I'm gonna just say that. Y'all better stay sharp, stay tapped in, and yeah, let's put show ID in the comment section if you made it to the end of this video. Y'all be safe. Please go check on a friend today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.